Why in the world would you run for county mayor? That is the first question that was asked of me on the radio interview that I did in Nashville on WLAC. I said, that is a good question. I'm going to answer that in a minute. First, I want to tell you how we got here. Were you ever having aspirations to be a politician? Absolutely not. Never, ever. You can ask my parents, my wife, my kids, hey, did you ever want to do that? No, never. I would always be the one to make jokes about politics. Poly means many. Ticks are blood-sucking creatures. Politics are many blood-sucking creatures. That was almost my attitude about politicians and politics. That's the last thing in the world that I ever wanted to do. Who wants to be a politician? Sometimes it's the people that don't want to do it that make the best politicians because there's no agenda. There's no personal thing they're trying to ascribe to or to be. And honestly, that's me. I did not want to do this at all. This started as a veterans dinner. I'm a veteran, was a member of the 82nd Airborne Division, and was asked to speak at the veterans dinner. I said, I would love to. The lady that asked me said, whatever you want to speak on is fine, but what about speaking on Christians being involved in politics? I said, oh, I would love to speak on that. Talk about it a lot. So I spoke on that about 15 minutes. That was all, but it went really well. After it was over, many people started asking me, hey, why don't you run for office? Why don't you run for office? Different offices. And I just laughed at them. Said, no, I'm a preacher, not a politician. Thank you. And it was flattering, but that was it. I was done. There's no way in the world that I'm ever going to be a politician. But it didn't stop. That was in November, in December, in January, in February, in March, and April. People have been asking me to run for different offices. In January, Sheila Butt, who was our state representative for a lot of years and a friend, called me on the phone and said, David, would you consider running for county mayor? And I said, no, I'm a preacher, not a politician. She said, Andy's going to be running for the 5th. We need someone good at the county office who's going to be able to stand for our freedom, stand for our liberty, push against the mandates and the things that are coming like Andy has done. And David, I know you, and I know you would do a good job. I said, thank you, but no, I'm a preacher, not a politician. She then said, would you pray about it? Wow. What do you say to that? No, that's not very polite. Okay, sure. I'll pray about it. So afterwards, I said something like, okay, God, is that what you want me to do? And immediately there's a sense on the inside that's like, ooh, wow, is that really something God may want me to do? I dismissed it. I said, there's no way. I'm not. Over the next few weeks, questions and people asking me to run again. So I went to God and said, okay, God, if this is what you want me to do, then these are the things that need to happen. I need you to show me. And I put things on the list that I knew there was no way that would happen. Right before the deadline to file, those things happened. I called my wife, and I have a wonderful wife, but she is not a political, she votes and she's faithful, but she's a great mom and a wonderful grandmother and a great pastor's wife. But she is not an extrovert, outgoing politician's wife. She more behind the scenes. I called her. If I ever did something like this, it would be with her kicking and screaming. I called her and told her, and she said, yes, I'm a yes. I said, no, you can't be. She said, honey, I know you. I know you would do a good job and help a lot of people. Then I went to see my mom and dad in Santa Fe. My dad's 84, my mom's 82. I talked to them. And my dad looked at me with those serious dad eyes and said, son, I know you would do a good job, but I would hate to see you go through the battle and fight and trouble that you're going to have. I said, good. Finally, someone that loves me. You're right. I don't want to go through that. But what do you do? What do you do if you know that's something that God wants you to do? So the decision was made, okay, I'm going to do this. So now why? Just very simply why. I love this place. I was born in Murray County, Tennessee. I love this place. When I was 12, we had to move up north, and we missed it. Every year we would come back to Tennessee, at least once, sometimes twice. And boy, we loved it. We're going to Tennessee. We're going to Tennessee. There was something so special and so wonderful about that. After I got out of the military and Bible college, we were able to move back almost 30 years ago. And it has been for us the best place in the world to raise a family. We had one child when we got here, and now we have 11 and 8 grandchildren. And my kids love this place. They've traveled. They've been all over. They've been to college, but all of them have come back and want to come back. They can't wait to be able to live and to start their families here. I've got 4 that are married and they're all here. Got 2 in Bible college, and boy, they can't wait to come back here. It is a great place. And if you've lived in other places, you know how special this is. And I want to do everything I can to make sure that Maury County is the best place in the world to raise a family. So there are issues. There are things that we need to do. I want to continue what Andy Ogles has done. In my opinion, he's been the best mayor we've ever had. To be honest, the job of mayor, I thought mostly as just a ceremonial position. They cut ribbons, they greet people, they're friendly, they're kind, but you don't really realize the business that they do until this happened this last couple of years in COVID. To see the mandates, to see the government intrusion that they were making on our lives, and to have a county mayor that would stand up and say, no, we're not doing that. That's willing to fight against all those regulations and rules and mandates that come down that are unconstitutional for them to do to us. And you really saw, this position of county mayor is big, it's important, and it matters to have someone in there who understands the Constitution and will not let people push against and help us to lose our rights. And it is important. So that is what I want to do. I want to help make government run smooth. I want to fix the problems that we have. I want to help our schools. I want to help fix the drug problem. 31 deaths, overdose deaths just in this past year. That's amazing. I want to protect our freedoms. It is important. I'm excited, honestly, to help Maury County to be the best place in the world to raise a family. I would like to ask for your support. Make sure you're registered and give if you can. And make sure you vote on August 4th. David Baker for mayor. God bless you, and thank you.